Hey everyone, Paul Finck here. This is Maverick Mondays. I am Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and I want to thank all of you for being here, sharing these moments with me. We're going to be doing this every single Monday, so absolutely be here 6 p.m. Eastern time and figure out your own time all around the world. Absolutely come hang out with me at this special time right here, Maverick Mondays. And man, you want to change your life. You want to create the life of your dreams. You want to do something different in your life. Now's the time. Now's the place. When terms unconventional, counterintuitive, no excuse zones speak to you, well, when going beyond your limits doesn't quite seem like it's enough, when just stretching yourself beyond your wildest imaginations is how you want to live, you're in the right place. This is Maverick Mondays. We're going to be talking about stepping up. We're going to be talking about, do you have the guts, the daring, well, yes, the balls to create the amazing results in your life? That's what it takes. Hey guys, hey Bridget, Kim, absolutely, thank you so much. Do you have what it takes? You know, I was looking up the tenacity, what the synonyms were for, having the balls to make it happen. Tenacity, spunk, guts, the grit, the brass, the heroics, the courageousness, the daring to make it work. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today, and what I've done over the years to really create that magnitude in my life to make it happen, and what it can mean for you. You comment here, you talk about what made you step up, or how you stepped up and really got what it took to be that courageous person that's inside of you, that's inside of each and every one of us. What it took for you. Absolutely comment below. Comment. All during the week, I'll be coming back to my Facebook Live presentations and looking at the comments. So whether you're listening to this on recast, rebroadcast, or whether you are listening to me live right now, absolutely comment here. Let's share some information. What it takes. What does it take to step up? Oh, and by the way, keep commenting below, and I'm going to be giving out a free book, one of my books, Be a Success Maverick. This is a book that has multiple speakers in it. You'll see a whole bunch of great people, many of which you'll recognize. Absolutely get my book, Be a Success Maverick. It's going to talk about the keys to creating success and how some of these people, including myself, really made a difference in our lives by stepping up. Absolutely, I'm going to be giving one of these away to one of the people that, out of all the people that comment on this video to this live broadcast, absolutely comment below. We're going to be picking one and giving out a free book. So stay tuned for that. Stepping up. I remember I got into real estate 15 years ago. And I got to tell you, I knew nothing. I think back now to the magnitude of what I didn't know. It's scary. However, I got some books, got some tapes, started reading, started listening, and I stepped up. Stepped up in a big way. And let me tell you about one of my first deals, which really talks about the courageousness and the daring. Also, often you'll hear people talk about their first time doing something. And one of the reasons why they focus in on that first time is because it really does demonstrate that the person inside, not what they learned how to do through techniques and strategies and systems, but really the character of the man, the character of the person is really spoke to in volumes by relating the first times we step up, the first times we do something. And there's great lessons in that when you watch highly successful people and what they did when they first got started, which, as I've learned, really dictates where you end up. So where did I get started? I got started in real estate investing, and it's one of my streams of income now. Real estate investing 15 years ago. And I got some information, and then I hit the streets. Now, in today's term, hitting the streets looks very different than it did just 15 years ago. Realize that even this broadcast is on a platform that wasn't around 15 years ago. Facebook's only been around for like 11 years. So be aware that 15 years ago, when I say hit the streets, I really mean I hit the streets. I was out on the road looking at properties, looking at signs, following up on different numbers and different properties that I had heard about. And so I hit the streets and I was driving around. I was in outside sales at the time, and I was driving around and I saw this property, and I said, that's it. That property is one for me. Now, how did I know that property was the one for me? Well, I had built some criteria. I had done some homework, did some thinking, and I had built some criteria about what success looked like in this arena. For all of you, begin to build criteria for what it is that creates success for you. You want success in a relationship. What does a successful relationship look like? Well, it looks like maybe going out to dinner with my loved one once a week. Maybe it's, being able to touch and hug each other every single day. Maybe, and you build criteria that you could literally write down and focus in on and make sure those things happen. When all those things happen, then you create a successful follow, if you will. So you can do that in all avenues of your life. I did it with what I was doing with real estate. And I built criteria and I said, that's it. I can see it. That's what success looks like for me, this particular property. So I called up. I saw the number right away, and I called up right away, or I saw the number and called up right away to the person on the other end, which was a realtor. And I said, hey, this property, it looks like it's what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Does this fit the bill? And lo and behold, it didn't. It wasn't what I was looking for. It wasn't something that was going to work for me. It wasn't fitting my criteria. So I asked a powerhouse question. I said, well, what else do you have? Yes, that's right. That simple question was a powerhouse question, because not because it was so ingenious or brilliant. It was a simple question, wasn't it? What else do you have available? The brilliance of it, or more importantly, the powerhouse to it, was that, well, it gave me my results. They talked about a property that was across town, that was on Main Street, and Main Street property sounded like it would be a good thing. And it kind of sounded like it would fit my criteria. This was 10:30 in the morning. I had that phone call with that realtor. By noon, I was in the property doing a walkthrough, checking the place out. Now, I was brand spanking new. I had no idea what I was looking at. No idea what a good piece of real estate was supposed to look like. I was just acting as if. You've all heard that term. Well, this is what it looks like. I was pretending to know what I was looking at and just kind of walking around. Yeah, that's nice. At the end of the tour, the realtor gave me a sheet of paper, and the sheet of paper was the listing stats. Basically, how many square foot, what the property was all about, the description of the property, and the list price. And the list price for this property was $765,000. Now, I don't know how many of you are in real estate investing, only that was an awful lot of money to me at the time. 700, way beyond what I was envisioning I was going to buy. I was looking probably at something around 100, maybe 200,000. I thought this was 765,000. I was blown away. Here's where the stepping up comes in. Here's where the guts, the balls, the cockiness, the confidence, the daring, the courageousness of it all comes in. Is that it was 10:30 in the morning, I heard about it. 12 o'clock, I did a walkthrough. And by the next morning, by 8:30 the next morning, they had an offer. This was my very first real estate deal. And I was placing an offer on something that A, I did not have the money for. B, I didn't know where I was getting the money for it. And C, I had never done anything like this before in my life, so I had no experience to lean on. That's daring. That's courageousness. Question is, in your life, where does it come in for you? Are you being courageous? Are you stepping beyond your comfort zone? Beyond even the imagination of where you could be? You see, that's where success lies. Now, mind you, I had criteria. I did do some study, and I took massive, massive action. Very fast action to create the magnitude of what I wanted. 10:30 in the morning, 12 o'clock walkthrough, 8:30 the next morning, absolutely took action. Committed, if you will, to the adventure that I was on. And that's how I looked at it. It was an adventure. Here's the rest of the story. Now, did I pay $765,000? Fortunately, no. I took control, and I went one step further, and this is what really became the gutsy move, is that I offered something a lot less, nearly 50% less than what they had the property listed for. I had the guts to offer up what I thought I could afford, or what, more importantly, I thought the property was worth, rather than what they decided they were going to sell it to me for. In that one move, I created the rest of my future. Because I did end up negotiating that piece of real estate, I did end up buying it. My purchase price was $300. It started off at $765,000. I bought it for $372,000 and change. Nearly half. That was an amazing feat. And well, here's the rest of the story. Was it really worth that? And some people are like, yeah, that's easy to say. So they overpriced it and you got it for what it was really worth. Well, here's what I'll tell you. The rest of the story is I held it for 2.5 years, profited from it every single month while I held on to it, and ended up selling it with a profit of over $300,000. I sold it 2.5 years later and made a profit of over $300,000. Man, was I hooked on real estate. At the same time, I realized if I hadn't stepped up, not only to take fast action and to be daring to place an offer even though I didn't know where the money was coming from, if I hadn't dared to negotiate a lowball offer, or more precisely, a lower offer than what they had it listed for, if I hadn't dared to go into the game because the $765,000 scared me, I wouldn't be here today talking to you, because that was where it began. That was the early stages of my current journey, if you will. What are you doing to create that courageousness in and of yourself, in your life, in your business? What are you doing to make it happen for you? Tell you what, I've got more and more stories just like that, and I want to come back, and next week maybe I'll continue this story because I believe it's so important. So important to stepping up, creating that magnitude. How do you step up and make it happen for you? How do you step up and, well, step beyond your comfort zone, beyond your vision? How do you know that, well, that's the right thing to do? So they're all questions we're going to be addressing right here. What are you doing? Comment. Give me your daring story. Tell me what you've done to step out of your comfort zone, what you've done to create. Would love to hear it. I will comment, I promise you. And for everyone that comments over this week, we're going to be giving out a book at the end of the week to one of the lucky people that comment here. So keep the comments coming. The more you comment, the more you're going to be engaged with, and the more you're going to have a chance at this book. We're going to be giving away prizes every single week, so stay tuned for that as well. This is Paul Finck, and I am the Maverick Millionaire, and I got to tell you, pay attention to what we're doing here. Pay attention to what can happen in your life. Comment below as to how we can engage even more, because I got to tell you, we're going to have so much fun and create a magnitude. Our journey is just beginning. This is who I choose to be. I am a Maverick. How about you? This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. Till next time, everyone. Talk to you real soon.